afternoon, salam sejahtera. My name is Delon Tapukan. I'm number 9, class XMIA number 1. Today I'm going to tell you a story, and the story is called Hansel and Gretel. So here we go. I'm using text. Once upon a time, there was once a very poor woodcutter who lived in the forest with his wife and his 2 children, Hansel and Gretel. One day, their stepmother told her husband that they have to abandon them in the forest, Hansel and Gretel. Their father was persuaded, the husband, and they abandoned the children in the forest. That night, Hansel and Gretel slept at the forest, and when the sun comes up, they walked and walked, lost in the immense forest, and in the very deepest part of it, they came upon a pretty little house. When they came near to the little house, they realized that it was made of candy, chocolate, and cakes. So the sweet things, maybe. They were so hungry that they started to eat the bricks made of chocolate and candy, stuffing them in greedily. But suddenly, out of the house came a witch. When the witch saw them, the witch is asking, "What's going on here? Who is eating my house?" She was a weak witch who had built the house with sweetmeats to attract the children so that she could eat them up. Jadi kayak trap gitu ya, Miss. That was how Hansel and Gretel fell into the trap, led by the weak witch who shut Hansel up in the cage and gave him lots of cakes to eat. That makes Hansel more fattened, so to fatten him up for the pot. She set Gretel to work helping her in the kitchen, but she was intending to eat her up too. Days went by, and when the witch saw that Hansel was not getting any fatter, she decided to cook him up and eat him. The little girl was very frightened when she saw the fate that awaited her little brother. The witch prepared the oven for Hansel, but decided she was hungry enough to eat Gretel. She coaxed Gretel to the open oven and brought her to lean over in front of it to saw if the fire is hot enough. Gretel sensed the witch's intent, pretended that she didn't understand what she meant. Infuriated, the witch demonstrated, and Gretel instantly shoved the witch into the oven, dorong masuk ke ovennya, slammed and bolted the door shut, leaving the ungodly witch to be burnt to become an ashes. The witch screaming in pain until she died. Gretel freed Hansel from the cage and going back to their home. When they run from the house, their father is looking for them. Jadi ayahnya juga nyariin dia, was looking for them. He met them and then took them back to their house and lived forever after. Jadi ketemu di hutan gitu, terus dibawa pulang. Okay, so I think that's all for the story. This is the moral story. The moral story of the story, I think that the moral story is be cautious around strangers. When we don't know where we are and there's some person who wants to ask if we can go with, be cautious. Jadi hati-hati. And never judge a book by its cover. The peribahasa proverbs. Yeah. Just like when Hansel and Gretel find the the witch house, they greedily eating it when they don't know or notice the witch is live in there. I think that's all for today. I'm sorry if my grammar is bad or I salah ngomong ya, Miss. Mohon dimaafkan. Good afternoon, salam sejahtera.